So what do you mean, why am I late, honey? Since when do I answer to you?
You must be late. Ronnie's been waiting for you.
Yeah, well, I'm here.
You should have been here an hour ago.
I'll leave you boys alone.
Hey, Ron, man, you know I had to drive all the way in from Saddleback.
I told you to be here first thing this not on your own personal leisure.
I don't see college boy here. What do you do? Do you earn another day off?
Weaver will be here exactly when I told him to. I'm not worried about him. It's you that I wonder about.
Well, don't wonder about I'll be done.
It's time we made a move on Babs. Marty called from Fairmont. She's still working at Walter's restaurant. Babs exchanged her blonde wig for a red one, but as soon as Marty heard her voice, he knew that he had the right face.
Oh, you mean Marty's already talked to her?
Yeah, she doesn't know that he works for us. She waited on him.
I thought you were gonna let Weaver waste her. What's the matter? Is that what we're here for? We're waiting for you to tell him that?
No, I've changed my mind.
Oh, yeah? How come?
I said I've changed my mind. I want you to go to Fairmont and assist Marty.
Why not Russ?
For one simple reason. I don't want Weaver to come in contact with Babs. We don't know how much she's wise to, or how much that Babs knows about the money we've been skimming from the prince. That's information that I don't want Weaver to ever find out.
Yeah, well, Babs is as good as dead this time, Ron.
She better be. Oh, that's Weaver, and he's right on time. Ramona, get the door, would you?
Okay, Ronnie. Hi. They've been waiting for you, Mr. Weaver.
Listen, hey, call me Russ.
Sure.
Hello, Weaver. Well, you're prompt as usual.
Glad you noticed.
Don't ever take it for granted that I don't. I'm gonna have to tell your father how well you abide by my instructions. But he knows that, doesn't he? What'd he do, well up with pride when you told him about Blue's misfortune?
Look, you got any pickups? I just want to get started. Oh, yeah, that's right, man. Now you got a real feel for that action, right, Weaver?
Unfortunately, we don't have the excitement of the docks every day, Weaver. But it's not everyone who breaks into the business with a big bang, if you pardon my humor. Today, you're going to be working the drop points, Weaver. Without Lance.
No way, Ron. He ain't ready to handle it on his own.
You have something else to do, don't you? Besides, Weaver doesn't need you looking over his shoulder anymore. Do you, Weaver?
Approach the intersection from the left as the light was... Come on in. Turning yellow.
Hello.
Hello, Harold.
Well, John, what brings you over here?
I gotta talk to you. Can you spare a couple of minutes?
Well, it depends on whether it's personal or professional. I'm doing court at 9.
It's professional.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. You always get this kind of a glazed look over your face when you're about ready to flash your badge on me. I start seeing the rows of cell doors slamming shut.
It's too bad one of your clients didn't get the same picture. He might be a little more cooperative with me.
I take it that you are not referring to this little old man I'm representing in traffic court this morning.
I mean Charles Carpenter.
Yeah, I thought so.
I'm still investigating that missing persons report I own Redland filed on Miriam Mason. I have been knocking on Carpenter's door all week. I just want to ask him a couple of questions about his daughter, but I can't seem to get past his housekeeper.
That housekeeper you refer to happens to be Charles' private nurse, Ms. Lucas.
I know he is avoiding me.
A lot of people do, John. Look, Charles is a sick man. He's under medical care. Seeing you would just aggravate him. He doesn't need that kind of stress on him now.
I mean, like the stress he's getting from trying to meet the kidnapper's demands.
Yeah, that's your theory, not mine. I haven't said a word about kidnappers.
Now, why don't you explain to me why Carpenter's suddenly decided to sell off quite a bit of his stocks lately? He's also cashing in bonds. I've been doing a little checking lately.
Yeah, I guess you have. I don't know. Well, maybe he wants to give Ms. Lucas a raise and Well, he finds himself a little bit low and short.
Well, I'd say he's pretty low if he's selling off most of his real estate, too, or should I say you're doing it for him?
Look, what I do for all of my clients is confidential. But you already know that fact, John.
Why don't you tell me another fact I already know? You're raising money for Miriam's ransom.
That's speculation, not fact.
Now, you listen to me, Harold. You don't know anything about kidnappers or how to handle them. We do.
John, you know, there's nothing I'd rather do than sit around here all day long and listen to you tell me how wonderful the Kingsley Police Department detectives are. But I've got work to do, and I'll bet you do too.
That's what I'm trying to do right now, except you're making it real difficult and dangerous at Miriam Mason's expense.
Well, what about it, Weaver? Will you need company, or will you be able to take care of these accounts by yourself?
I don't need anybody holding my hand. I told you that from the beginning.
That's right, you did. Only I didn't believe you then.
Hey, Ron, he can't handle this without me.
He says he can.
Well, he can't. Especially 22nd Street. I know it like the back of my hand. The place is crawling with undercover cops.
There's no need for you to worry about 22nd Street. I've already arranged a reroute.
Oh, you did, huh? Without telling me? That's great. You know you gotta tell me about changes.
There's only one thing that you have to worry about, and that's the way to a favorite restaurant of mine, and I would like you to leave now.
Look, Ron, if he goes...
You may be excused, Lance. Weaver and I have business to discuss.
Ronnie,
What is it, sweetheart?
I'm ready to go, unless there's anything else you need me for.
No, I want you to go into town and be with the girls. I don't want them to be unsupervised today. Lance will give you a lift, won't you, Lance?
Yeah.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay. Bye-bye. Now, Weaver, you and I have another project to discuss.
What kind of project?
Well, it's one that you shouldn't have any trouble completing. It's another side of our loan activities, only most of these people are small-time accounts. There's nothing here over $5,000.
You want me to collect?
Yeah, after you make the regular rounds. I like to close my books at the end of the month. Vince likes it that way. He likes to keep our financial records up to date, and I intend to keep it that way.
With my help?
Let me ask you again. Talk to Charles Carpenter about his daughter, okay?
Not as easy as it sounds, John.
Somebody has got to get through to this guy. The police just stand a lot better chance of getting Miriam Mason back alive than he does.
Chances are something Charles Carpenter's never liked taking. He's a cautious man. You aren't offering him any guarantees.
Is this your way of admitting that Miriam Mason was kidnapped?
Hey, don't go getting presumptuous on me now. All I'm saying is that your reasoning isn't very convincing to Carpenter if kidnapping were the case. Now, if you don't mind, I got a lot of work to do.
No problem. I got to get back to the station. Now, there's one more reason that I came here.
What now?
Barbara Farley.
Yeah, what about her?
Well, where can I find her?
John, you know that she never stays in one place very long. That's for her own protection from Ronnie Washington. Protection, I might add, that she cannot get from the Kingsley Police
Listen, I'm
Department.
not interested in her circumstances. I just want to know where she is right now, all right?
You mind if I ask why?
Not at all. I got a warrant for arrest on assault.
Nancy.
That's a good guess. She put out filed charges on her just the other day on a fight that you said never took place here.
John, you've been dealing with Nancy before. You know she's immune from the truth. Hey, well, what about that fake will of hers, huh? And that fake paralysis?
Well, that black eye she's got right now certainly is a fake.
It's about the only thing that isn't.
Let's don't evade the issue here, Harold. You're an officer of the court. You're obligated to tell me where Babs is if she knows where she is. Now, where is she?
I don't know.
You know, for some reason, I...
Hey, Harold. Oh, sorry. Your secretary was out, so I just thought I would come in. John, how you doing?
Hi, Jane.
Yeah, my secretary's always out doing
Listen,
something.
that's no problem. I'll get back to you, Harold, if I don't find Babs, all right?
You do that.
That's interesting. Brubaker's trying to find Babs, too, huh? Don't tell me Brubaker is finally going to give Babs some police protection, huh?
No. Just a warrant for her arrest.
You're kidding.
I wish I were. Now, you can thank Nancy Law for filing an assault charge against her.
Babs assaulted Nancy? I can't believe she finally let her have it.
Well, I wouldn't call it assault exactly. It was more like self-defense against verbal abuse. See, Babs just took one good swing at her. Bullseye. Nancy lost the round.
Well, I wish I would have been there to see that.
Yeah. Well, maybe if I hadn't, Brubaker wouldn't have been here asking me a whole bunch of questions. It was a waste of time, though. I didn't tell him a thing.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you know, I sure hope you can help me with something here. I need to find out a couple of things about Babs.
Gene, I'd really like to help you a lot, but I've got to work on this thing. I've got to be in court at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Oh, no. I need Babs back here. The secretary pulled this thing for me today, and it's not till tomorrow morning.
All right, that's good. That's good, you know, because I really need some information on Babs. Now, Harold, seriously, though. Now, Miriam's life could depend on this.
What do you mean?
Probably what you already know. I think Ronnie Washington has something to do with Miriam's disappearance. Now, the way I figure this whole thing is that Ronnie sent Lance and the rest of his thugs after Babs, but they got Miriam by mistake. Now, if you recall, at that time, Babs and Miriam both were blonde. This could be the key to lead us to Miriam.
Gene, Babs doesn't know where Miriam is. She's worried sick about her.
I know, but she knows Ronnie Washington. She knows where he lives, where he goes, and his habits and everything. Surely she must have talked to you sometime about Ronnie, huh?
He's a part of her past that she's not real nostalgic about.
Harold, oh my God, you're not even interested in trying to find her.
Look, I've been trying to find her ever since she disappeared. Gene, I want to tell you something in confidence. And I'm doing this only because I know you're Miriam's friend. Frankly, I doubt whether Miriam's still alive.
Carpenter hasn't received any proof.
They sent us a picture of Miriam holding a copy of the Kingsley Chronicle, but that was weeks ago.
Okay, now who contacted him? What, was it by phone, man or woman or what?
No, I can't tell you anything else, Gene.
Harold, I'm only trying to help.
I know that. I know you are, but I've already told you too much. We haven't even told the police yet. That's what Brubaker was doing here. He's suspicious, too.
Well, I don't understand why you can't at least let them help.
Charles won't. He's running scared, and I guess I don't blame him.
All the more reason, you know, that you should let me follow through with this thing with Babs, the knowledge that she has on Ronnie Washington. Can't you see that this might help us find Miriam?
I would really rather you didn't do that, Gene. She's got enough on her mind already, just staying out of Ronnie Washington's path.
You know Babs would do anything to save Miriam.
And so would Charles. Now, his instructions to me are to play by the kidnapper's rules, and I intend to do that until somebody else comes up with a safe, concrete alternative. Now, Gene, I expect you to do the same thing.
Now, I want you to fill this out on both sides, front and back. And just have a seat. Dr. Phillips will be with you shortly.
Thank you very much.
Ione, do you think that Ben's forgotten that we were supposed to have lunch together?
Oh, no, honey, just relax. I reminded him before he went in with his last patient.
I don't know. Maybe I should just come back later.
Oh, no, he'll be through shortly, honey. Just have a seat.
No, thanks. Unless I'm bothering you standing here.
Oh, no. Laurie,
What?
is something wrong?
No, really, Ione. I just don't like to wait, you know?
Well, I'll share a little secret with you. I don't either. I just thought perhaps maybe being here in the clinic might be upsetting for you.
No.
Well, you know, what with reminding you of Blue Nobles and all.
Yeah, well, I have to admit, sometimes it does. Whoever would have thought I'd run into him again at my husband's clinic?
No one, I'm afraid. But, you know, you must admit some good did come out of it. You recognized him, and before that, you couldn't even remember him.
Nor what he did to me. Sometimes I wonder how many women he forced himself on.
Well,
You know, how many people are suffering the same kind of consequences that I am.
You know, honey, there's no way of telling. That's why Gene wants to do an interview with you. He's been asking for it all week.
Gene's never asked me for an interview.
No, didn't Ben tell you? He's been asking for days.
No, Ben didn't even say a word about it.
Well, then forget that I even brought it up. I didn't even mention it.
No, it's okay. I've already told Sergeant Brubaker what happened.
Oh, I know, honey, but Gene figured maybe he could get a first-hand report from you, maybe be of benefit to other people and perhaps prevent other women from being attacked.
He really believes that?
Oh, he surely does, honey. Would you mind talking to him?
No, I wouldn't. In fact, I really think I should. I mean, if I can help prevent this from happening to some other woman, then I want to.
Bless you, Laurie. But what about Ben? Do you think you should talk with him first?
No, it'll be okay. I'll just explain to him, and he'll understand.
Oh, I hope so.
So you want to call Gene now?
Well, if it's all right with you.
Sure is. Go ahead.
I tell you, Vicky, it just keeps swelling and swelling. Look at it.
I already have. Every 5 minutes along with you.
Maybe I should wear my sunglasses. I'll probably just cut off the circulation, and I can't see with these silly things on anyway.
Shall I get you a lamp, madame?
No, I'll manage. Vicky, if it doesn't get any better, I am just gonna have to call it a day because I'm straining as it is.
How? You haven't done any work all morning. I'm catching up on your filing.
Well, I'm sorry to impose, but you know, I have barely all my sight there. I thought at least you'd understand.
All right. Okay, I can see that it would be hard for you to read. But a black eye shouldn't keep you from making those copies of the housing codes that I need.
Vicky, you're not thinking. You know, that photocopy machine has very dangerous light that can impair my vision for life. I have to be careful.
Well, maybe you should have sued Babs instead of simply pressing charges against her.
Well, I'll take care of it just as soon as I can get myself a lawyer that I can trust. Of course, Harold is taking the side of the tramp against me.
You never did explain why she hit you. I mean, what did you do to make her so mad?
I didn't do anything. I just walked in and she just went haywire. Of course, I walked in on her giving a little comfort to Harold. No telling what else was going on.
Sounds like you had rather poor timing.
Vicky, there is no way that she was ever just his secretary. I mean, you can't reform a you-know-what. If she's reformed, then I'm sitting on a gold mine.
Well, I don't know about a gold mine, but once you sell your house, you're gonna have over $40,000 come into you. That's close enough to gold for me.
Vicky, that house means more to me than money.
Oh, come on, Nancy, don't expect me to believe that.
Vicky, I mean it. That house is the only thing I have that was ever part of my father. He meant a lot to me. He was the only person that really ever loved me. And now I'm gonna lose the house, just like I lost him.
Listen, Nancy, maybe if you think of it as your only way out of debt, then it won't be so hard for you to lose the house.
You're just saying that because you don't want to help me out, right?
Nancy, that's not true.
Oh, Vicky, look it. Just admit it. I mean, you're just like Terry and the hospital and the loan company and everybody else. You're just wanting things from me all the time.
I am your friend. How can you say that to me?
Look, I will say what I like. Now, if you give me any trouble at all, I will make sure a lot of people hear about that false soil analysis report.
Now, if you just take this into examination room number 3, the doctor will be waiting for you there. Oh, sweetheart.
I know, and I think I'm just gonna leave. Ben and I can have lunch another day.
Oh, Laurie, if you just be patient, Ben will be here.
Mom. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
Jane.
I was out of the office when you called, and I came over as soon as I got your message.
I didn't think I'd see you so soon.
Yeah, I understand that you agreed to do an interview.
Yeah. When you need me, just tell me and we'll talk.
Well, what about now?
Now? You mean here?
Well, why not? I mean, if you have the time, we could start with some general questions, and then at another time we could go into more depth. You know, that way you'd have more privacy.
I don't know, Gina. I'm
Well,
not
you
sure.
see, Jane, she was just getting ready to leave.
Oh, Lori, now, I don't want to do anything to pressure you. Now, my main concern is for you.
I know that. Okay, let's talk.
All right, thanks. Why don't we sit over here, out of the way?
Okay.
First thing I want to mention to you is what I had in mind for the article. Now, you can remain anonymous if you'd like.
Oh, yeah. I'd like that.
Okay, good. Because I want to, basically what I'm after is what you remember about that entire day, from the time that you got up in the morning until you arrived at the Monroe School. Now, this is your first teaching job, right?
Yes.
Good. And I should mention to you that I plan to include in the article the various precautionary measures that are usually taken to avoid rape attempts, like carrying mace, police whistle, and not traveling alone.
Yeah, I understand. I'm really glad you're doing this. I think other women should be informed.
The reason I'm telling you this now is because I don't want you to think that I'm trying to suggest in any way that you could have prevented Blue Nobles from attacking you.
Yeah. Gene, I really thought about that, and I don't think I could have stopped him. All I know is that he raped me.
You mean you were almost raped, right?
I'm telling you what I remember. I'm not imagining anything.
Well, Laura, I realize that you
Gene!
were... Ben.
I told you to stay away from Lori.
Now, hold on a second here, Ben.
No,
Lori
I don't want to
agreed-
hear it. I don't want to hear it. You'll go to any length to get a story.
Ben.
Oh, I think I should explain, Ben. This is all my fault.
No, it's
You know,
not. No, it's not. It's all right. I've agreed to talk with Gene.
You did?
Yes. I think that if this could be beneficial to other women and help protect them, then it's worthwhile.
Well, I know that, sweetheart.
Listen,
but...
Ben, we've got to stop thinking about me all the time. Now, there are people out there that need to hear this story so that what happened to me will not happen to them.
Make it count, Gene.
I will.
Lori, where were we?